An overview to the legislative context is the first in a series of 5 videos produced to assist people working in the health, financial, social, and legal sectors to help make effective referrals for vulnerable or incapable adults. This video focuses on the legislative context for responding to vulnerable and or incapable adults in BC when more informal options are not enough. Adult abuse and neglect and self-neglect are experiences that can affect many of us. Adult abuse is a reality that British Columbians are trying to change with the support of caring people and organizations in the community. Groups and organizations that regularly and informally assist adults include senior centers, day programs, victim services, meal services, various programs provided by health authorities, financial institutions, and service clubs. Sometimes, though, these informal supports are not enough, and more formal legal responses are needed. There are laws that provide powers for use by designated agencies, the Public Guardian and Trustee, and the police. Provincially, these laws are Part 3 of the Adult Guardianship Act. Support and assistance for abused and neglected adults provides tools for agencies called designated agencies. And the Public Guardian and Trustee Act, Sections 17 to 19, provides tools for use by the Public Guardian and Trustee. Federally, various sections of the Criminal Code provide tools for police. Part 3 of the Adult Guardianship Act provides a legal mandate for designated agencies to provide support and assistance in circumstances when an abused or neglected adult cannot seek support and assistance on their own due to a physical restraint, a physical disability, or an illness, disease, injury, or other condition that affects the adult's ability to make decisions about the abuse or neglect. The Adult Guardianship Act includes principles to guide those who respond. These principles are: all adults are entitled to live in the manner they wish, and to accept or refuse support, assistance, or protection as long as they do not harm others and are capable of making decisions about these matters. All adults are presumed to be capable until the contrary is demonstrated. And all adults should receive the most effective, but least restrictive and least intrusive form of support, assistance, or protection when they are unable to care for themselves or their financial affairs. The Adult Guardianship Act defines abuse, neglect, and self-neglect and applies to persons 19 years of age or older. Abuse can take many forms: financial, physical, sexual, emotional, or violation of privacy, to name a few. Neglect is any failure to provide necessary care, assistance, or attention to an adult that causes or is reasonably likely to cause, within a short period of time, serious physical or mental harm or damage to or loss of assets. Neglect also includes self-neglect. This includes living in grossly unsanitary conditions, malnutrition, untreated illnesses, diseases, or injuries. Some forms of abuse and neglect are crimes under the Criminal Code. The Adult Guardianship Act sets out 2 interrelated responses. 1, the frontline response, which requires specially designated agencies to look into reports of abuse, neglect, or self-neglect. 2, community response, which provides for the development of community response networks to develop coordinated community responses to abuse, neglect, or self-neglect. The designated agencies in BC are the 5 regional health authorities: Providence Healthcare Society in the Lower Mainland, and Community Living BC for adults eligible for CLBC services. There is no mandatory reporting to a designated agency in BC, but if designated agencies receive or become aware of a situation, they must look into the situation, involve the adult as much as possible, and report criminal offenses to the police. Designated agencies may take a variety of actions depending on what occurs during these initial steps. See video 3 for more details about these actions. Sometimes, a designated agency may ask the Public Guardian and Trustee, also known as the PGT, to assist. Under the Public Guardian and Trustee Act, the PGT may investigate concerns about possible financial abuse and use protective measures to protect the property or assets of an abused, neglected adult if there is reason to believe the adult is mentally incapable and their assets are at risk. Sometimes the PGT is the first to receive a report about an abused or neglected adult and may call upon the designated agency to help. See video 4 for more information about the role of the PGT. Sometimes police are the first to hear about a situation of adult abuse or neglect. After addressing safety issues and reviewing the possibility of criminal offense, police can contact designated agencies and/or the PGT as appropriate to the adult situation to access other supports the adult may need. In addition, many police departments have victim service workers who can provide support and referral information to the adult. While the Adult Guardianship Act does not give police any additional powers beyond what they already have under the Criminal Code, designated agencies and the PGT often rely on police to assist with keeping adults and staff safe. Abuse and neglect situations come to light in many different ways. Community agencies, designated agencies, the PGT, and police all have unique mandates. Subject to legislation governing privacy and sharing information, these agencies refer to one another as needed when appropriate to provide support and assistance. See video 5 for more information about the role of the police. Earlier, we mentioned community response networks. These networks, known as CRNs, can include members of the community who are concerned about abuse or neglect. They include health and social service professionals, staff and volunteers of community centers, senior centers, advocacy groups, service clubs, members of faith communities, representatives of business such as financial institutions, as well as designated agencies and police. These people are out in the community. They know their neighbors, customers, and friends, and are well situated to look out for one another. CRNs work on ways to strengthen the whole community's capacity to prevent and address abuse and neglect. They see abuse and neglect as issues that affect not only individuals and families, but the whole community as well. CRNs get organizations working together and conduct workshops and other education events to let everyone in the community know how to get help. The more people know their rights, look out for one another, and know how to get help, the safer they can be. While there is no wrong number to call, being able to make effective referrals in the least number of phone calls helps everyone involved. For more information on how to assist an adult who is abused, neglected, or self-neglecting, watch all 5 videos in this series.